He's Joe Montana, back on the program. Joe, how are you right now?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Your senior year, what were you measured as, height and weight?
6'2", 190 or 192.
Okay. But if you were coming out right now at 6'2", 192, what would they say about you?
Yeah, too small.
Yeah. That you wouldn't be able to withstand the physical nature of the NFL.
No, not at all. They didn't then, even.
But what should we, is there a certain characteristic that we should be concerned about and others that we shouldn't be when we profile these kids when they're coming out?
Well, I think the biggest thing that's overlooked all the time is turning on the video and watching whether guys can play. They don't do that much anymore. They want to see how big and strong people are, and they use that sometimes as a measuring tool. And if you look around the league, the guys who have success are all accurate, and that's the biggest thing. If you can throw the ball where you want it, when you want it, you'll be successful. But they don't always judge by that.
Johnny Manziel wins the Heisman, and of course, the first things that come to mind: can he do it again? And then, can he play in the NFL? Could you judge from seeing him on TV and say, I could see him playing in the NFL?
Well, I mean, if you watch what he's done, yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy to see that he has the ability to throw. He's not just someone who all of a sudden came onto the radar screen. I mean, some people think so, but if you go back and look at his history, he's done this everywhere. And, I think you could see him. I mean, you look at Drew. Drew's, probably one of the smaller guys in the league, but yet he's accurate. He throws the ball well, and that Johnny does that.
And Russell Wilson.
The videos I've seen.
Yeah, done it as well.
Yeah, you got Wilson up in Seattle. He's doing it well, too. And sometimes it's just get out of that pocket a little bit enough or find a spot where you can deliver the ball. And it doesn't always, if everybody thinks the game's played in the pocket. And for the majority of the time, they think you just drop back, throw the ball. And then in some cases, that's what guys like Tom Brady will do because he doesn't move around much, or even Peyton. But for the other guys, it's always a little movement in the pocket. And those are the guys that have that little feel inside the pocket, that find that little hole to be able to throw the ball cleanly. And that's all you need to do.
He's Joe Montana joining us, Dan Patrick Show. But does it bother you when people go, Joe Montana, system quarterback?
No, because I have 4 of those system rings. So it doesn't really bother me. I mean, so, we played pretty much the same, after Bill left, George and Mike Holmgren and on down the line, whoever had the reins still ran a mix of that offense. I mean, even when we got to Kansas City, it was still a mix of that offense, but it wasn't the mainstay of it, or it was the mainframe, I should say, but there was a lot of other stuff done around it. So, no, I don't. I mean, I think I would have had the same success. I don't know. We had some pretty good teams I was on, so that was determined by those guys as much as by myself. So, but in the league, you have to feel like you can play no matter what, no matter where.
Were you disappointed when you're drafted that you're a Pittsburgh guy? Were you a Steeler? Did you want to play for the Steelers?
Oh yeah, I tried to go there before when I was looking at Kansas City, and they said no. So I think McDonald was still there.
Wait, Steelers said no because they had Neil O'Donnell?
Yeah, Neil O'Donnell.
Huh.
So
does that still hurt a little bit?
Yes and no. It would have been fun to play for them, finish off your career there back at home. That would have been fun. They had a pretty good team too. So that was the other part of it. But I was happy in Kansas City. Ended up being, I went to another good team, so another good organization. So made the transition a little bit easier.
Is there any correlation between the quarterbacking situation now with the Niners, with Kaepernick and Smith, and what you and Steve Young went through?
I don't think so. I think it's a lot different here because, I've been out for a year and a half to a certain degree. with an with an injury, and here he was out for a week, and it's a little bit of he has still got a young guy playing that's been playing actually pretty well too. That might be the only correlation is when I was playing pretty well. Probably had one of the better years of my last year there statistically. And Alex is playing well. He's finally in the system for a couple of years that really helps the quarterback. It gives you so many places to go with the ball and makes you start to understand that you don't have to force the ball down the field. So I think that situation is a little more difficult now because it seems like Jim has made the decision to take and replace him at this point, unless something falls apart for Kaepernick.
Who would have benefited more with today's NFL, you or Steve Young, with your styles?
I think both. Mainly because he likes to get out and move and run, and he can do that. And I just like to move and find somewhere to throw the ball. But I just think that the rules today for any quarterback are so much. And I won't say so much easier because it's still a hard game, but just they want you to throw the ball. So they've changing these rules as they go along so they give you the incentive really to put the ball in the air, because it's fun to watch for a while. Got a running back, a great running back, but in most cases people want to see the ball thrown.
Do you still feel part of the Notre Dame team family?
Well, yeah. I mean, you always do. I grew up, having a dream to go there and play, and I was fortunate for that to happen. And now they're back playing obviously on the top now. We've got a tough game against Alabama. It's going to be kind of two different systems coming to meet again, like it did many years ago.
Are you going to the game?
I'll probably go down there. I probably won't stay for the game. I've had a couple offers to do some work down there during the week, but I probably won't stick around. I'd rather watch the game on TV. You miss too much when you go there. That's why I don't like.
I know TV spoils you.
I know, with all the views that you get to see and all the replays, it's almost impossible not to enjoy it on television.
But did it hurt a little bit with your son transferring that it didn't go as people had scripted?
Well, it always does, but the guys make decisions, and then you just have to make a decision after that. And would I love to see him still there? Yeah, playing or not, yeah, would love to be there. So would he. But he also had that dream that he wanted to get on the field. So you go in search of it because everybody goes, why does everybody move around? Well, you have a 4-year window, and it's gone. So that's the thing that people don't understand, is that you get a taste of that game, that crazy game, and it gets in your blood. And you want to play, and you want to play till as long as you possibly can. So and that's what he did. And both of them, they were in search of trying to get on the field, and they'd rather be playing on the field somewhere than sitting on the bench somewhere.
Am I going to see you at the Super Bowl?
Yep, I'll be there.
Good. Well,
I'll be there.
Loosen up your arm this time around. That system quarterback didn't look like he was ready to go last time around.
Oh my gosh, I was not ready that day. Unfortunately, I've been having some shoulder issues. So and I don't know if it's the rotator or what, but it takes a long time to get this old thing warmed up anymore.
Oh, say it ain't so, Joe.
No.
The day that I have a better arm than you, that's not good.
I'm not sure well, I don't know. It's still good, I guess.
For a system quarterback.
Yeah.
I love that answer. Work. All right, buddy. Good,
All right.
Good to talk to you again. Joe
All right,
Montana.
take care. We'll see you soon.
I like that answer. McLovin's always talking about system quarterbacks. I got 4 system rings.
He didn't disagree?
He laughed at you. He did. Joe Montana went, I got 4 system Super Bowl rings.
That's the highlight of my life.